Brazos. Brazos.
Get Brazos.
I'm here.
Sorry, Brazos. It just kept working on my mind. I had to find out which one of us was fastest on the draw.
That's all right, Tom.
That's the trouble with having a big name for gunplay. I suppose every pup in the country will have to try you sooner or later.
How you making it, kid?
He's gonna live, Brazos. No killing this time. Yeah. Here are your guns back.
Keep them.
No gunfighter can hang up his guns. Not with the record that you got, Brazos.
Can I?
Why, you can't walk this street 2 days without your guns on. And I don't want to have your murder on my hands.
You won't. Good luck, Tom. I'm leaving my guns in this town forever.
It'll be the same wherever else you go.
Oh, no, it won't. I'm joining my old pal Bob Tyrell and going back to riding the range.
So long, Brazos.
So long. When your best friend tries to beat you to the draw, it's time to put up your guns. But it was the same in the Panhandle, Wichita, Dodge. Living or dying, depending on who whipped out his gun first. But all that's in the past. So goodbye to the guns, and may you rest in the peace you never had. Here's my chance to start a new life in a new country. Someday to have a few head of cattle, your own corral, drawing water from your well instead of guns from your holster. Get on there now. Here it is, the end of our journey. Old man Inskip's ranch there below, where we'll ride the range with Bob Tyrell.
Hello! Is this the Inskip layout? Hello, inside.
Steady, boy. Bob Tyrell.
Bart, there's been some sort of a killing.
Yeah, where?
I don't know, but some fella up the house talking to the old man.
Uh-huh.
You did what?
You're the nearest neighbors I could find, so I rode over to give the word.
Yeah, so I see.
He was killed by a single shot through the wishbone. His name was Bob Tyrell.
How come you know his name, seeing you didn't get there till he was dead?
Used to know him someplace else.
That Inskip outfit again, huh?
Oh, sure, naturally. That's the trouble with those one-horse, two-cow outfits that's edging in on us nowadays. Can't take care of themselves or anything else. Oh, well, Bard, send a rider to tell the sheriff. No, wait a minute. Better get Deputy Young.
No need to bother, Mr. Banner. I'm going on in. I'll see him.
You said your name was what?
I didn't say.
Oh, well, it's all right. Getting pretty late for a stranger to be drifting around without no gun or nothing. Put him in the tack room, Bard.
Okay. Thanks, but I'll put up in town.
Take care of his horse for him.
That's sure a pretty pony you got there. But he looks awful tired.
Maybe you're right.
Why, you just know I'm right.
Let me tell you something, Yount. I'm sick of all this dilly-dally, shilly-shally, where the killer always gets turned loose if you catch him at all.
Maybe you'd like to handle this stuff yourself.
We took care of ourselves just fine for a good many years, and we didn't have to get legal to do it. We can go back to our own guns any time.
Go right ahead.
There you go again. Always blowing up like a spooky colt. Look what you've got. This time I'm putting your man right into your hand. Hey, where do you think you're going with my good spurs?
Oh, these your spurs?
Now, you look here, Jane. You put 'em back right where you got 'em. Just as soon as you're through with 'em.
Yes, Father.
No reason why this case can't be cleaned up quick, and that's the way I want it.
That's the way you'll get it, then.
I better had.
If I ain't suiting you, Banner, I can be riding along any old time.
I wouldn't try that either if I was you. You're just a little bit too popular some other places for that.
You don't think that'd stop me, do you?
Well, no, I know it wouldn't. That's why I like you, I guess. Good luck.
This is him, out.
You're under my orders, mister. Get on your horse.
Wrong orders. Better order me to water him first. That'll help you come out even.
You might as well know it. You're under arrest for murder.
So I gathered.
I didn't find the gun. I guess he must have thrown it in the creek.
That's nothing. I didn't find a bullet that killed the kid either.
You didn't find a bullet?
No.
Well, then you better go back and look for it again, don't you think?
You sure had.
What do you mean by that?
The killer might be interested in that bullet someday.
Come on, get mounted.
Inskip.
Inskip? What about him? I thought you said you didn't know him.
Never saw him in my life. But I was sure hoping somebody would fetch him without very much delay.
Start drifting.
Where's Mr. Inskip?
Bob Tyrrell's.
Sorry, Johnny. But where's Mr. Inskip? Mr. Inskip, a stranger came to our place. He's been arrested and he asked for you.
Wait, honey, just a minute. Now, take your time. Tell me easy so I can understand you.
A stranger's been arrested in our place and he asked for you, Mr. Inskip.
Yeah?
You always travel this far off the road?
When we have business that calls for it, we do. I've noticed you watching for a chance. Put the picking string on him, Tally.
Calf knot or fast?
Calf knot'll do. Hold his pony, Rick.
Right.
Search his pockets and those saddlebags. Kick that bedroll open. Go through his saddlebags. We know you killed him, mister. Why?
If I gave you the right answer, how much would that change your plans?
Not 1 inch.
That's what I thought.
Whitey, toss your rope over that limb. We don't shoot unarmed men, mister. Not in this country.
Only hang 'em, huh?
There's a letter and the usual junk.
I'll take the letter. Drop it on him, boys. Hold it.
Oh!
Hold it, Inskip. Nobody dealt you in on this.
Well, I heard I was sent for.
We'll know where to get you if you're wanted.
Something you wanted to see me about, son?
Bob Tyrell.
You'll be under arrest yourself in another minute.
Ah, shut up. I just want to kind of get close to the boy to hear what he's got to say. Hey, your man's getting away.
Go get him.
Ain't this getting kind of monotonous?
I don't like it any more than you do.
Well, that ain't much. What's the funny story this time?
I stayed back to bring Inskip in.
I swear to heaven, Sheriff, I was just trying to help, that's all.
We was asking the killer a few questions, and this old pelican rides up and cuts him loose.
Well, somebody had to do something. You see, the fellow was trying to get away.
He was?
Oh, joking aside, Sheriff, I just miscalculated my man, that's all.
No, he didn't.
Come on.
I'll take back my letter.
That him, is it?
Yeah.
How come you run into Inskip so cussed untimely?
I knew Bob Tyrell.
Loved him like a brother, I suppose. Come clear over the divide just looking for him.
Bob was a good friend of mine.
Too bad there's no way for him to say so.
There is a way. Come on with that letter.
Yeah, let me see it. Yep, signed Bob Tyrell. Addressed to friend Brazos. That's you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not much of a case against friend Brazos, don't look like to me.
Brazos Kane! Oh! Brazos Kane!
Kane, the gunfighter from the Panhandle War?
He's all mixed up. Don't you believe him?
Oh, you were a joke. You don't remember me. All right. But you remember Mike. The night he was born, you were 20 miles for the doctor. If you wouldn't have been there, he wouldn't be here. You remember this purse you gave him? Perhaps you don't want to remember. Perhaps you are ashamed of poor John.
Sure, I remember. Why, you ugly old jumping bean.
Brazos, you almost break my heart.
Why, this can't be little Mike.
Oh, sure. No.
All right, let's break up this homecoming. Cook him a good dinner, Jose, and charge it to me.
Frijoles de taquito. You don't have to tell me.
You ain't turning this killer loose, are you?
Oh, now, don't put it that way. Bill, your men look mighty dry. Why don't you take them over to the bar and buy them a drink? Just charge it to me. And take all these other good folks here, too. And give old Inskip an extra tall one.
Come on, Hangman.
Go on with it. Town treasurer might feel that a little. I gotta apologize for our town. Dead, stagnant, gone to sleep with a fly on its nose. I'm sorry we can't expect a man like you to settle here, but I realize you're used to plenty of action.
Sounds like the place I'm looking for.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's kind of talk this thing over. Too bad you weren't here a while back. Right now, we're coming into a bad season. Sandstorms, occasional tornadoes, and hot. Well, right along here one day, my horse caught a fire. You ever think about California?
Sometimes.
I knew you'd see it my way. It ain't exactly that I expect any trouble. It's just that fellas often get the wrong idea and act hasty after a killing. You know. I'd like to get out of here myself.
Thanks. You explained to Inskip. Tell him I had something I had to do.
You bet I will. Good luck on your trip. Sure wish I was going with you. Hey, wait a minute. Wrong way. That ain't the way to California.
This is a shortcut.
Hi there, Mr. Banner. You, huh? Back again.
I guess so. I wonder, could I borrow a horseshoe nail?
I thought the posse took you to the sheriff.
Oh, kinda.
Kinda?
We sort of got separated on the way, but we met at the sheriff's office.
I don't see. What'd the sheriff say?
He spoke a few words on the climate of California.
California.
Said he aimed to go there someday. Now, what I wanted the nail for, it looks like I'm about to lose this shoe. I hate to lose things, you know.
Nails are in the tack room.
Much obliged.
He's confusing, ain't he?
My name's Hen Orchid. It was me shot it out with Pac Winters up at Dodge. You probably heard how I...
Nope, I ain't heard nothing.
They said you could stand a little more edge put on your outfit.
That's so? Go see that kid get some grub, will you?
Yeah.
You're a little late getting there, ain't you? I had to do some of your work.
Well, I was took and drunk.
Uh-huh. Throw your bedroll in the bunkhouse.
Yep.
Still looking for the nails?
There wasn't anything wrong with that shoe.
I didn't suppose there was.
You've still got it, haven't you?
I have.
Haven't you?
Oh, sure. I think so.
Have you told anybody about it?
Well, no. Not that I remember.
I want you to know I sure appreciate what you've done for me.
Oh, it was nothing, really. Or was it?
I know I had no right to give it to you.
Well, it was awfully nice of you anyway.
Say, am I mumbling today?
Oh, no, I thought it was lovely.
What was?
Why, what we were talking about. You giving me a present, I guess.
Look, no offense, but does any half-wittedness run in your family?
Well, there does seem to be a little shortness of memory.
Oh. Well, never mind. I'll take it off your hands now.
Oh, shucks, I meant to keep it always.
Always? What on earth for?
Why, as a keepsake.
I'm afraid it has to be used to hang a man.
Now, wait a minute. Just what was it you gave me? A rope?
I put a bullet in your hand this morning at the water trough.
Bullet?
It was a bullet that killed Bob Tyrell. Now, let's see it, sister, because I have to have it.
She doesn't have your bullet. I have it.
I guess I'm going blind. She doesn't look anything like you. I'm sorry. I take back what I said about half-wittedness. I'm half-witted.
Oh, that's all right. It's becoming to you.
You sure you can trust her?
Well, I hope so. She's my sister.
Yeah, I thought she was your sister.
You thought she was me.
Big one.
Are you good looking?
Never mind the high.
Well, what's the matter with you? Did you bust something or
You
what?
had more sand than a road through Texas when you dragged me into this.
Oh, honey, look how you got that cinch fixed. Why, I could throw a dog through it.
You forgot to get your bullet back, didn't you?
It's all right. I'll get it. Move your leg, honey.
You won't get it. Somebody's got it.
Oh, they have? Where is it?
It's where I can get it if I decide to.
Uh-huh. Then you better decide to, don't you think?
Don't you tell me what to do. You happen to be a hired hand around here, and that's all you are.
Is that so? You come on down here.
All right, I'll get your bullet.
That's more like it, honey.
You always could mix me up, couldn't you?
It's good for you.
I kind of hope you stay around. This country could stand a little straightening out.
Pretty near straightened out me.
Maybe I'd better get you your bullet now.
Wait a minute. Keep it for us.
Mr. Inskip ain't here.
Thanks.
Just practicing.
Mind if I watch?
My pal Bob Tyrell was killed yesterday.
Some gunfighter done it. Name of Brazos came.
Bob was tracking down the cattle rustlers who have been raiding the small ranchers. And I heard they let Kane go, too.
Like they always do if the killer works for the right outfit. That's why I'm brushing up.
Look, Wild Bill.
Name's Johnny O'Neill.
Are you sure you got time to aim like that? Why don't you try kind of throwing the bullet in?
Throwing it in? How?
Here, take my side rider's belt.
It's all right. He wouldn't mind.
Well...
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, but... this is kind of too bad.
Why?
After you kill this Brothers Kane, you realize you'll be a marked man? Why, every drunk in the country will want to try you. Keep your hand open as you slap and kind of wipe it out of the leather.
How's that?
Try it slow a few times. You know, you just can't kill one man and forget it. Every man you beat has friends. The more you win, the more come against you. You got your choice between getting famous and getting rigor mortis.
Hey, this is slick.
Clamp the trigger and the hammer both at once. Then let the hammer slip as she swings up level. See how easy? After a while, when you're famous, if you still live, there'll come a day when your own best friend thinks he's forced to try you and kill you if he can.
Oh, you're just stretching it. Gosh, what could be slicker than that? I sure thank you, sir.
That's all right. I wish you'd change your mind about this Brazos Kane.
Why should you care what happens to him?
Can't seem to help it. I'm Kane. Don't do it, Johnny. Please. Don't do it. That's another lesson for you. I wish someone had given the same to me long ago. Johnny, I didn't kill Bob. Come on, we'll tie this up.
Yes, Jane. Now, this is what I was talking about. Now, this is the western United States.
It is?
And all this east of the Rockies is the Great Plains, the buffalo grass. That was a cowman's paradise once, but we lost it all. First come the little ranchers, then the fences, then the plows, until now the grass is gone forever. And the wind gullies out the prairies night and day.
Say, the boys dug out a she-wolf's den right there, and they said that...
And now the old deal starts again. Little ranchers edging in. Next the fence, next the dry farm plows, and the last great cattle country will be gone.
You know something? I think that hen orchid's about the triflingest cowpoke we've had around here yet.
You ought to know. You study on him enough.
Listen, you two, I'm slugging my brains out to hold this range for you, and I'll hold it while I live. But if you two don't realize your danger, do you know where you may find yourself someday after I'm gone?
Where?
Clerking in Peabody's store.
I'll tell you what I'd like to learn.
How do you want this cold, Doctor, Mr. Banner?
Be right with you. You two study a piece.
Gee, you're acting funny. You'd tell me if anything was wrong, wouldn't you?
Of course I would.
I wish you'd forget this Bard Mackey.
Our own father started out as a ramrod.
I know, but this is a different...
What about this drifter you're tossing loops at?
Brazos?
Well, I only kind of like him, don't you? Has he noticed?
Maybe I can get him to notice it.
And those old horse pants. Look, why don't you try on some of my dresses? Take any one you want, except the silk one.
Yes, there is something wrong with you.
What's the matter, Pop?
I know, well, you can't expect much help around here. Most everybody works for Banner one way or t'other, and any time that fella finds a little rancher like me going broke, that's a godsend. Why, he's so cussed big. Why, he's so darn big he's surrounded mostly by himself.
Makes it pretty nice for his girls.
Pretty nice for his girls, eh? You talk like Johnny. That Bessie Banner is so pretty, she's prettier than a newborn colt in the parlor.
I guess it must be pretty nice to run a few head, have a place of your own.
Yeah, and if you don't get killed in your bed in the meantime. You know, we ain't got the slightest idea who killed that boy.
Yes, we have. Come in. I was looking around a little. Those two riders I saw leaving here, it seemed they were a little careful about where they set foot.
Well, I ain't seen nothing either.
Maybe you overlooked this. What boy wears a boot like that?
That boot's made to order.
Then there won't be any more like it, will there?
No, that boot was never bought in Barrentown, I'll guarantee you that.
Now, what about Riata?
Them kids over there never had a boot on in their life.
Think we can find him?
Find him with that evidence? We gotta find him. Yes.
Wonder what she wants.
Well, it depends on which one it is.
Well, how are you?
Fine. I just rode over to... Well, I thought I'd...
Won't you step down? Supper's about on. We got biscuit.
No, thanks. My father wants to know, could he see the tally count Mr. Inskip made over at the Paiute Mountains?
Johnny took it over this morning.
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe I was just looking for horseshoe nails.
I just now put all of our nails in the coffee. Anyways, why don't you have a cup?
Oh, well, I guess I can. You know, this is a very special occasion. Don't usually get over this way.
You ought to make it more often. One thing about blue jeans, they never catch hold of anything.
So I've been told.
Yeah, now I've got to go see if we got enough to eat.
Still no guns?
I don't wear them anymore. They drag down your belt.
You don't know how much I wish you meant that.
I kind of hoped that you'd believe me. You know, I was thinking a man could make a start if he drove in a herd of cattle, and it won't take many.
There's a wonderful big meadow a few miles up Sycamore Creek.
Yeah, I believe I know where you mean. I kind of spotted it riding in.
Make a great place to build a layout.
Uh-huh.
Plenty of grass for the top horses.
That's right. I thought a nice stable would look good in the bend of the creek.
That's where I planned it. And have the house up above among the big sycamores.
And we'd plant a double row of cottonwoods, about 4 miles of them, where we bring the road up to the house.
Yes, that's it. And over here, where the stream comes over the rocks. What's the matter?
Seems there's a lot of straightening out to do before we come to anything like all that.
You will get it done.
May take longer than we think. That's Johnny. Hey, you're shot up again.
Yeah, the same arm, but I'm okay.
Sit down.
Where'd you get hurt? Why don't you saw it all?
Let's get him inside.
There's a big wrestling wendy going on. My cattle, I rode right into them.
Why didn't you say so?
It's all right, though. I busted them up. I sure rode the heck out of that wild bunch.
Sit down here. I want to look at this.
Hey, wait just a minute. That's my shirt. You can sew his arm back on, but that shirt ain't going to heal up.
Boy, I sure scattered that wild bunch. I was riding out of Slippery Gap when all of a sudden down below I seen this herd. Maybe 800 head. And then when I saw 8 or 9 riders pushing them along, well, I figured maybe they was taking them someplace.
Well, you didn't let them, did you?
No, sir. I rode right in again, peppering at them.
Wait just a minute. Maybe after brand inspection, we'll stop this rustling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, son, why don't you ride over there tomorrow?
I kind of think I'll go to town. I got to see a man.
Brazos, come in. You want some coffee?
Black.
Yeah, I remember.
This is my office, ain't it?
That's what it says on the sign.
Oh, we don't mind.
Brazos, I thought you wanted to go to California.
Say, I'm awful, ain't I?
No, he's just making it up. Why don't you go to California if you are afraid of being trampled?
Inskip's cattle were raided yesterday. Johnny O'Neill broke it up. Luckily, he didn't recognize any of them.
Luckily?
If he had known him, I suppose they'd have followed him in and killed him like they did Bob Tyrrell.
Ah, now you're just guessing. That's my job. I'm a professional guesser. And I don't think if
You better listen. If he guess, ping, it's always a bullseye.
Oh, I know just how you feel. Your friend's been killed here, and naturally you want to do something about it.
Kiss Caden, we've got to run this country either with our guns or without them. We can't go on with this halfway thing.
I can raise 50 men in 10 minutes. I got a jail and a fine corral gate for hanging. Now, if you'll just kindly leave it to me, this whole thing will be handled without you turning a gun. Providing we can find who's guilty.
All right. It's a deal.
What is?
Just as you say. You handle the whole thing, providing somebody else does all the work.
Hello.
Quick. Which am I?
You're the Bronco one.
Say, can you help me? I want to take this basket to the Padre.
Sure, move over.
What, no guns? Why aren't you armed to the teeth?
Why? Are you that dangerous?
You're supposed to be the dangerous one. I don't believe you're the great Brazos Kane at all.
Lady, I'll be very glad to leave it just that way.
Get here.
No, Johnny O'Neill was right.
Johnny?
He told me you were prettier than a bunch of violets stuck in the ear of a red cow.
Oh. And what did you say?
Pass the flapjacks.
Huh?
I think that's what I said.
I don't understand you. Is that all you're interested in, your stomach?
It just came to me. I am interested in something else. I'm interested in you.
Oh, are you? Much?
I believe I'm more interested in you than in anything that ever wore boots.
When did you find this out?
Well, I guess maybe it came to me first when I saw you ride. Something about the way you sit a horse.
Glad you like it.
I'll never forget the way you looked. Way off there in the twilight.
Twilight? Where was this?
That night at the Inskip ranch.
I never... Father, I brought you a basket.
This is very kind. You are good people.
Carry it in for you?
No, thank you, my son. I can handle it. Please, remember me to your father and thank him for me. Goodbye, son.
Goodbye, Father.
I never go to the Inskip ranch.
Oh, you remember? Sure you do. I happened to be riding in. Sent out the long yell, and you waved at me.
It wasn't me. It couldn't be.
Now, how could you forget it when it happened on such a special night? The night Bob was killed there.
I wasn't there. I was nowhere near there.
Sure, I can be wrong, honey. Nobody's disputing you.
Are you going to get in?
Thanks, but I just found out I have to spend the day here. Adios, senorita.
Here.
Wine for Brazos, especial. Brazos, wake up. It is time to eat again.
Oh, but Joe, I ate when I came in just a couple of hours ago.
But eating is good for you. It makes your hair curly. What do you want to eat with beans?
Oh, anything.
Anything, that's good. Anything with beans, that's my best dish. Susan, Maria, Pablo, come on, bring. Oh, ensalada, tortilla, oh, tamales.
Are you going to eat all that?
My Brazos can't do anything. I saw him once shoot an Indian and a quail for dinner at the same time in one shot.
How'd you cook the Indian?
He didn't cook the Indian. What for? He cooked the quail.
Well, you surprised to see me?
Not especially.
And maybe you was expecting me, huh?
I was expecting somebody, but I didn't know if it'd be you.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry to bother you like this. You know, we're willing to put up with a lot around here.
You sure are.
There's just one or two things that we don't like very much.
For instance?
Well, for instance, we're a little bit particular about how people talk to our girls.
That's understandable.
Like today, you told Bess Banner she was at the Inskip Ranch when she shouldn't have been there. Makes us feel real bad when a man says a thing like that.
It would be too bad if I had to say it again.
Yes, it would. But you won't have time because you're leaving. As a matter of fact, I never seen a man leaving this country so fast.
Now, I'm right sorry to hear that.
Uh-huh. And, this thing of not wearing any guns, some people might feel they couldn't shoot you unarmed. I think that's kind of a foolish notion, don't you? Personally, I don't feel that getting myself shot is going to add to my happiness at all.
I see your viewpoint.
Now, are there any other questions you want to ask?
No, I believe that tells me everything I need to know.
That's good.
If this is what he's been eating, we got very little to worry about.
You looking for me?
I'm looking for the sheriff. Who?
Sheriff's out of town. If you've got any business, I'm in charge here.
Can you handle a murder charge if good, solid facts are laid down?
Against who?
Bard Mackey, for instance.
Bard Mackey?
Uh-huh. I thought I had you pegged. You and I both know a little more than is good for us, don't we?
I should have hung you in the first place.
Tell your boss you run into something you couldn't handle.
Brazos, turn around. I've taken all off of you, I'm going to.
I'll take him for you, like I took back winners up in Dodge. How do you want him? Sunny side up or? Okay. Let him go.
Take care of yourself. I may need you later.
You fathead, you. Played your cards well in forcing Bart Maggie's hand, but why did you open your big mouth to yell? Now you're in for it.
I thought I'd better get Bob's gun shined up for you, the way things is going around here.
That's mighty nice, Johnny, but...
It's a good gun.
I know. Thanks anyway. But I tell you what you can do for me. Get a message to Jane Banner.
Jane, huh? Say, you know something? Them Banner girls is pretty in a red, white, and blue suit of clothes on an Indian.
Sure, sure. Tell her I want to see her right away. Not later than tonight.
Say, she has a sister. Maybe if you'd like
to... It isn't a party. She's keeping something for me. What, lock your hair? Something I need for hanging a man.
Oh, a telegraph pole.
Yeah, a telegraph pole.
I got the bullet.
You did? That's good. It's a little late for that. I don't think we can afford to have a man walking around who knows that you saw Bob killed.
What did you do?
Told him to get out of town was all.
Do you think he'll... Will he do it?
No, I don't imagine he will. He's just another one who's going to have to be convinced by hand.
What if he won't put on his guns?
Well, honey, that's up to him.
There's no end to it. Inskip will fight, and Johnny O'Neill, they won't let him walk out alone.
Maybe they will if you fetch him out for me.
Bart, I won't. He's too good for you. He'll kill you as sure as anything.
Look, honey, your father fought hard for this range for a long time. Why, some parts of this country had to be paid for at the rate of about one dead man to the mile.
It isn't worth it, Bart.
This isn't just a ranch he's built, honey. It's more than that. It's kind of like a kingdom. You know who we built it for? You and me. Naturally, we'll build a place off in the corner there somewhere for your sister.
Hello!
I told you before, get out of here and stay out. And that goes for the south half of Colorado and New Mexico, too.
What about the other end of your range, Kansas and Nebraska?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can stay out of them, too.
Okay.
Now, look here, Johnny.
Gosh, you know something? You're just prettier than a bucket of lemon pies in a flower bed today.
Oh, that's very nice.
I thought that one up on the way over.
Will you please sell your pies somewhere else?
Look, Brazos has to talk to Jane. It's very important. If he doesn't, something awful's going to happen.
All right, I'll tell her.
Where must he meet her?
By the old mission. After supper. Now, please get out of here.
Every rider from here to Mexico knows you dealt it straight to Bart Mackey.
Well, I'll admit I played my hand a little previous, Johnny, but in this sort of a game, a man can't deal twice.
What's the matter?
Put the lantern on that peg. Some horses saddle better than the dog.
Hey, is Brazos Kane in there?
Depends on who wants it.
We got a letter for you from Jose.
Jose?
Just a minute, I'll get the lantern.
Go. Stay under cover. They'll all be after you now. What good can possibly come if you go to the mission?
country weather we're having.
Like this kind of weather?
Wait a minute. I still don't think you and your sister are anything alike, Bess.
That sister of mine. I thought she was running a hooligan. I'm glad I came. I wouldn't have missed it.
What did Jane say to tell me?
Can I talk to you on my own account?
Oh, I see. You're another who wants me to leave this country, isn't that right?
Not exactly.
Aren't you people afraid I'll feel unwelcome?
You are welcome. I just want you to let this blow over so that you can be here.
You mean kind of take to the brush for a while?
Why not? Picked yourself some wonderful enemies, Brazos. Starting off with Bill Yount.
And Boyd Mackey?
Don't throw off on Boyd Mackey. He can raise riders against you from here to the border.
Seemed like a lot of riders, all right.
Look, you said you were interested in me. How interested?
As much as is needful, I should say.
Enough to get yourself out of this deadfall if I promise to...
You mean if I'll hit the Owl Hoot Trail?
Better the Owl Hoot Trail than under the ground.
Better for who?
Still don't think I'm on your side, do you?
No.
What do you think I'm doing here?
You have another reason. What are you holding back?
I'll tell you someday, I swear I will, if you'll only get out of this.
You in love with Boyd Mackey?
Did I kiss you as though I were in love with Boyd Mackey? I was kind of expecting you.
Johnny was over looking for you. He told me I was supposed to be here. Little trouble telling who's who, Brazos?
No, he can tell us apart.
Makes no difference. He's got the right one of us after all. I was wrong about you. I've had time to realize that. I don't like killers quite as well as Bess does.
I seem to know what's good for him, I'll say that much.
If you want to go over the hill with him tonight, I'll help you.
Both of you are talking through your hats. All I want right now is the bullet.
There isn't any. I threw it into the sagebrush as far as I could throw. Now do you believe I quit you?
I don't believe that or anything you've said tonight. Now I know where the bullet went.
Why did you try to send us away together? You're in love with him, you know you are.
I'd rather see you go away with him or anything to stop all this.
All this what?
I know you took the bullet, Bess. And I know why.
Have you said anything?
You know I wouldn't do that.
Oh, Jane, I'm sorry about this.
There isn't anything we need to say.
Well, bless my heart if it ain't Miss Bessie. Why, you're just in time. Look, gingerbread. Gosh, I made it myself. I don't know how I done it.
Mr. Inskip, I have to find Brazos.
Well, he ain't around. Here, try a hunk.
Some people are looking for him.
Yeah, I know. Want to kill him. Bart told him that already.
Is Brazos wearing his guns?
Not that I know. Say, you want to know the secret of gingerbread?
Isn't there anything you can do to get Brazos out of the country? That's all in the world Boyd Mackey wants.
Hey, wait a minute, sister. How comes you're so interested in Brazos?
Because I'm in love with him. That it isn't fair for him to insist on getting killed. He ought to leave.
Well, he'll leave when he gets good and ready.
But he hasn't got that kind of time for it. Boyd Mackey's waiting at Monument Rock right now, and Hen Orchard's with him.
Oh, you rode over with him, did you?
Well, suppose I did. The point is that...
Well, just what did it send you over here for to do?
I didn't say he sent me over.
Well, they must have had some reason to send you. They wouldn't have sent you.
I'm only trying to warn you.
Well, that don't sound like what Bart would plan. More like him to send a girl over to coax out an unarmed man.
If you won't let anybody tell you anything...
Like Brazos Kane? Or maybe like Bob Terrell?
If you people won't listen to anything, what happens to you will be your own fault.
Who's all over the Monument Rock?
Never mind.
Well, I suppose we're going to hear that you couldn't find him.
All right, you've heard it.
Took you quite a while, didn't it, honey? Considering nobody was there.
Inskip was there. We talked about gingerbread.
You talked about gingerbread.
He'd made some and he was proud of it. He doesn't know anything about anything else.
Gingerbread. You know, some fresh game might go pretty good for supper. Why don't you ride up on that hill and see if that antelope don't come by here?
Huh? What antelope?
What antelope? Get your mind on your job. Do you know what you're getting paid for or not?
Oh, that antelope.
Yeah, that antelope.
Morning, Monroe, eh? Morning, Monroe.
Mr. Inskip. Brazos. Brazos.
What's the matter, girl? What happened?
inside.
I've been hunting you all day. Inskip?
Yes.
You are leaving, aren't you?
Not yet.
Your guns are on.
Inskip's guns.
Brazos, I know you're going after Bard Mackey.
Am I?
Bard didn't do this. I talked to Inskip this morning, and Bard's been with me ever since.
That proves something, huh?
Going after Bard won't do you any good. This isn't a cattle range. This is a kingdom for 100 miles. Do you realize you can't ride into town?
I have to have it straighter than that.
I can't say any more.
I'm thinking of someone who will.
Not Bard. He wouldn't talk if you killed him inch by inch.
No, I don't believe he would. But I know someone else who will.
I'll go with you if you'll go. I'll go with you now anywhere if you'll only get out of this range.
Do you have any idea how an outlaw has to ride?
Women rode with Joaquin Murieta's men. I can keep up with you. I'm not so very different from Jane Brazos. I'll make it up to you every way I know how.
You do all that for Bard Mackey. Everything you've done has been for him, hasn't it? And now you'd even ride off with a different man if you thought that would help.
Can't you understand? If you love a man, he can do everything wrong.
Yes, I understand, Bess, but you know there can only be one end to it.
Sure, I know. There isn't anything left for me here or anywhere else. Please don't kill him, Brazos. Please don't.
Look, Brazos. I can work my hand. Let me go with you. But he meant so much to me.
Don't ever get the gun brand, Johnny. It burns too deep.
Brazos, I'm glad I run into you. Brazos, don't you ride into this town. You see that street? See how still it is? Would you believe this town is full of men? Well, it is. You'd think it was payday on a Saturday night until you listen to the quiet.
Mighty still, all right.
No whooping, no hollering, no fandangos. Puts me in mind of how still a horse stands just before he moans and blows up.
Something like a wake.
It is a wake. And for a man that ain't dead yet. Brazos, all this lack of celebration is for you.
I'm afraid I've seen that before, too. Where's Yount?
Ah, don't you go tangle with Yount. I brung myself to overlook you cuffing him around the street, seeing you wasn't armed. But with guns. Remember that badge of his don't die. It just gets up and comes after you again in the shirt pocket of another man. But if you open up against the law, I'll have to come for you. I got no choice.
Yeah, I can see that, too.
Well, you ride where you want now. I ain't looking back.
So long, Kiss Caden.
Brazos Kane's here. He rode right into the town.
We got a hold of his horse already. About 10 yaks are riding herd on him.
Not enough yaks.
Do you know I'm looking for him?
I think he's looking for you.
I ain't hard to find. Well, boys, looks like hanging night tonight. I want you to circulate through town. 2 or 3 of you together.
As soon as you've located him, send for me. I'll be in the sheriff's office.
Well, walked right into it, didn't you? I suppose you know you're under arrest.
A lot of your people out there, aren't they?
Too many for your guns to take care of, son.
I suppose they'd bust in the door if they heard a gun go off, wouldn't they?
You can bet on that.
Let's see if they will.
Heck, he's just standing there fixing to have a drink.
Must have been cleaning his gun.
Didn't bust in, did they?
I ain't gonna draw on you, Brazos.
You might as well. I'm sure gonna draw on you. Put down the hands. It doesn't look nice from the street.
I'll keep my hands where I want.
I ain't gonna fight you, I tell you.
You don't have to. You can talk instead.
I ain't got nothing to talk about.
Never mind my shots. Count my guns.
Are you all right, Bill? Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. Just shooting at a rat. Go on and do what I told you to.
Hold it. What are you gonna do?
Left arm at the shoulder.
I'll talk.
Hurry up.
Banner's the man you want. We all work for him, except in Kiskaden, and he turns his back.
Why did he have Bob Tyrrell killed?
Bob jumped him one night when they were rustling one of the small outfits.
That'll do it. Turn around.
There he goes. It's Brazos. Get him.
It's Johnny.
Yeah, Brazos. Keep your hand open as you slap. Kind of wipe it out of the leather. Like that.
Jane. I was hoping you'd be here, Jane. Did anyone see you ride out?
No. Such a strange night. It's so still and...
I wish there was some way to hold on to it.
Maybe you and I can find a way. Brazos, why did you have to go back to the guns?
I had to bear down on Yount. I got the whole story out of him, Jane.
I guess I know it, too. Bess broke up and told me. Brazos, please don't do anything to my father. I know, I admit he's been completely wrong, but everything he's done has been for Bess and me. How can I hate him and want him to die when all his harsh ways come from loving us?
I can't ask that.
But I can ask you.
I'm afraid not.
It's as if some terrible fence were built up between us. Brazos, there must be some way to tear it down.
There are too many empty saddles on it, Jane. Listen. It's all right. It was nothing.
Don't you remember what you told me? The country's changing. We don't need the guns anymore.
I was wrong. It's changing, all right, but the change is coming too late for us.
You see? You're forcing this fight when you can't even win it.
We can't always go by that.
Not one man's on your side. You're not even safe here with me. You're throwing away your life and spoiling mine, too. You think I want to live after you're dead?
I'm sorry, Jane. It had to work out this way.
All because you only have one answer to everything. Just guns. Even when it's my own father.
That's one way of looking at it, I guess.
Then it was all a bunch of lies. You're just a killer and you'll always be a killer. There isn't any way for you to change.
I'm ready to believe you now.
You know that I can't ever come near you or talk to you again.
Well, I've done about everything I can do, I guess. Every man we got's out on a hunt.
Think they can bring him in?
They ain't supposed to bring him in. They're just supposed to locate him. This cookie's for me.
There's one rider coming in pretty fast. Don't know who yet.
Okay. I hope it's his news of where Kane is.
Looks like you'd get enough of this gunslinging someday, Bard. There wasn't a lick of sense in killing Inskip.
Oh, we didn't mean to kill Inskip. That was a mistake.
He's just as dead. Going someplace?
Yes.
Overnight?
Longer than that.
I've been thinking it'd be nice for you to take a trip. A certain amount of unpleasantness going on here. Bess going too, I suppose.
I don't know what Bess is going to do.
Where will you be?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you won't need those mittens this kind of weather. You'll be back long before... Your first doll. Couldn't get any real doll. Carved that out of a root. Them marks is where you cut your teeth on it. Got you a better doll when you was 2. Brought it on from Dodge in my saddlebags. No clothes for it, though. So I got some thread and stuff, and you and me made it some doll baby clothes.
Oh, Pop, please don't.
Brazos Kane's riding in.
Kane, riding in where? Have you gone crazy?
This here's molasses pie. He's no more than a quarter mile out, coming in straight up.
I can't believe it. It don't seem like what a man would do.
That's because you didn't see him take on Bill Yount.
How do you want him to get his law and order? In the stomach or right between the eyes? Personally, I like the stomach. It's a little more...
Be quiet.
I'll match it for him.
I told you before, keep out of this. He's mine.
Well, we give him every chance to ride out. I kind of wish he took it.
Looks like this is the way he wants it, and that's good enough for me.
There must be some other way out of all of this. There must be.
We're in the position of being forced, I guess.
I guess I never knew you at all.
We got our orders from the sheriff's office.
Jane, we could have peace on the range now, except for this one man.
There's always one more, isn't there?
And we don't need any advice from you.
I know everything you've done. I wanted to get away from here and let you think I didn't know, but I do.
You've been talking to Brazos Kane.
I've been talking to my own sister.
Yeah, what did she tell you?
I can't stay here any longer. You've turned the Two Hat into a murder brand.
You'd say such a thing to me?
Wait a minute, you two. We got a fight on our hands.
Thought there was something funny about the reputation of yours, Brazos. In the back, huh?
Turn around. Now, anytime you feel lucky.
Brazos. I didn't believe you could ever turn on me.
I tried to tell you, Pop. I tried.
I believe it now, I guess.
Some parts of this country had to be paid for at the rate of about one dead man to the mile.
It isn't worth it, Bart. It isn't worth it.
Brazos? Oh, heck, put your hands down.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Bart Backey and Ken Orcutt are dead. I'm ready to bring charges against Banner.
They've been brought, Brazo. And against his daughter, Bess, too.
Who?
I brought them. Truth seemed to kind of leak out of them holes you left in Bill Yount. I'm going to pursue you all the way to California, where I ain't got any jurisdiction anyway. Now, this time I mean it. You get gone.
These guns don't get any notches for that. We are not proud we couldn't do without them. We are sorry and ashamed. Nothing left to do but try again. Some new place.